say is the best deal possible for each side, which is usually the sign that
이번에는
it's a good agreement if both sides say it's the
이제는
best deal
독일을 좀
possible.
들어가니까.
I'm not sure what they're going to come up with now, but both the FARC and the government seem to be willing to give it another try and see what they can do. I think it's new now, and we'll have to see what the new rules look like, but the desire for peace is very strong. I think they'll keep moving ahead until they get it.
Thoughts of Virginia Ambuvia, who led the Colombia team at the United States Institute for Peace.
Let's get some reaction. Andrew Ross on Twitter says, as someone with a Colombian family, I'm happy that Colombian people have rejected a deal that gives representation to terrorists. And Sofia, picking a peace treaty without justice is unfair to the victims of the 52-year-old.
This one from Mariana, who says many Colombians disagreed with the peace agreement being negotiated in Cuba. Maybe now it can be brokered in their own soil. Juan Lopez says history will remember the day a country decided that death is better than forgiveness. And just this last one on Twitter from Lisette Cron, who says, Dear world, Colombia didn't say no to peace, they said no to FARC. Do get in touch with us if you have any thoughts, any opinions? Text us on +447786 20 50 85, or just tweet us at BBC World Service. Use the hashtag Newsday.
Let's go to Afghanistan now, where there are reports of fighting in the northern city of Kunduz. According to police, Taliban fighters mounted a coordinated assault during the night, and the police are trying to push them back. Kunduz fell briefly, you may recall, to Taliban fighters about a year ago, but government forces backed by NATO managed to recapture the city. Andrew Quilty is a journalist who's near Kunduz, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Andrew. What have you heard?
Good morning. Look, overnight, from about midnight, sounds of fighting from the direction of the city began. There was heavy artillery coming from a position where I am, about 5 kilometres from the city. That escalated throughout the night into the morning, when there were several aircraft in the air, helicopters, both Afghan and American Black Hawk, and heavy gunfire and explosions and the like.
And you've been speaking to colleagues who are inside the city. What did they tell you?
Yeah, that's right. From what I gather, the guards inside the city are almost deserted. Very few shops are open, and a number of civilians are making efforts to get out of the city. The other security coincidence, or unfortunate coincidence, coming on the 1-year anniversary
마엔하임에서 요구르트 식구가
hospital attack is that fighting with the Taliban Afghan security forces is going on in streets, one or two blocks from the hospital, or what remains of it. It's a familiar scenario.
You say it's a familiar scenario. Does that mean that Kunduz has been sort of struggling with, has not been peaceful over the last? What's life been like, Jim?
Kunduz city itself has been relatively peaceful in Afghan terms for the last year. However, the city itself has been more or less surrounded by Taliban surrounding districts. So there's certainly been a sense of siege and perhaps an impending scenario similar to that which occurred last year. And it remains to be seen whether or not this is as big an attack as that which did occur this time last year. But and at the moment it doesn't seem to be. However, it's certainly a coordinated effort with 3 or 4 attacks coming from different directions outside the city.
Andrew Quilty, thank you for sharing your perspective with us. He's a journalist and he's near Kunduz city.
Now, a vote in Hungary has rejected the European Union's plan for migrant quotas. The turnout was too low to make the poll valid, but the country's Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has called on EU policymakers to look at this, and he described it as an outstanding referendum outcome.
Kedves barátaim, Brüsszel My dear friends, Brussels now faces an important question. The European Union is a democratic community, and today, 92% of voters in a member state say they don't agree with the Brussels plan. The question is simple. Can the democratic community of the European Union force its will on a member state where 92% of voters have rejected this? I promise all citizens of Hungary that I'm going to do everything to prevent this from happening.
Mr. Orban's policy on migration has been criticized by human rights groups, but was considered popular with Hungarians. So is the lower than expected turnout a blow to the Prime Minister? Attila Poth is already a journalist based in Hungary.
He does not really care about the well-being. 2 days ago he thought that maybe the most important thing about the referendum is whether the Normals will get the majority or not. Last week and before, Fidesz, the government party, talked about that it's very important that the referendum becomes valid. But in the last 2 days they realized maybe they want to. So right now the Prime Minister announced it as a victory because he said even 90% of the voters said no to the referendum, and he said that some changes will be in the Hungarian laws.
So he's still going to push ahead with the changes to the constitution and to ensure that the results of the referendum are binding, is that right?
That's right. He wants to push it into the constitution, what he says the majority wants to have. So Hungary do not want to have immigrants from other countries. It's a bit strange because the government himself said that Hungary needs some immigrants because they're short of labor force, but they want to import people from Ukraine. That's the issue right now because there's no one who can work at the factory.
진짜 비.
Skilled workers, but only workers for very simple work. Everybody has left the Western Europe and the UK and Germany.
This is very interesting. Critics are saying basically that this referendum does not necessarily reflect the will of many Hungarians, and it's just an attempt by Viktor Orban to distract from the many domestic problems he's facing.
It's true. Hungary is facing huge problems like corruption. They're having a lot of problems in the healthcare system. They have a lot of problems in the school system, and that's why it was very important for the government to start talking about an issue like migration, refugees, migrants. Nobody thinks about the problems like corruption or the situation in the healthcare system.
And what do you think is the reason why people didn't show up? Does it relate to the fact that a lot of them are more concerned with the state of healthcare and the state of the economy?
또 있는 창고까지 일어나죠. 바람이 이렇게 불고 비가 상당히 혹시 300km 4시간 50분 정도
more power just to show to voters that he still has some power. A lot of people, that's why they didn't want to go to vote, or there are a lot of people who want to vote, they have that.
And that's Attila Poth, a radio journalist based in
Just some news to let you know about. US rapper Kanye West has cut short his New York festival gig Meadows after learning that his wife Kim Kardashian West had been held up at gunpoint in Paris. The reality star is in the city for Fashion Week, and a spokesperson said that she was held up at gunpoint inside her Paris hotel room by 2 armed masked men dressed as police officers. She wasn't physically harmed, but she is badly shaken, and the Meadows official Twitter account has confirmed that Kanye West will not be coming back to finish his set. It is trending on Twitter. You can have a look at that story if it's the kind of thing you're interested in. You're listening to Newsday with me, Ramiro Khan and Alain Kasuja. Keep listening, we'll have lots more on the way. That's where we leave the World Service. Welcome to BBC Radio 4 on Monday, the 3rd of October. It's 5:20. Good morning, this is Susan Gray. It's dark, it's cold, but are we downhearted? Yes. Let's look ahead to tomorrow morning when the Life Scientific is back on Radio 4.
Life Scientific begins tomorrow morning at 9 and is then available on the BBC Radio 4 website.
News briefing begins in 10 minutes at 5:30 after the ships with Sarah Keith-Lucas.
Thanks, Susan. Good morning. And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 05:05 on Monday, the 3rd of October 2016. There are warnings of gales in Dover, White, Portland, Fitzroy, Seoul, Shannon, Rockall, Malin, Hebrides, Bailey, Faroes, and Southeast Iceland. The general synopsis at midnight. High, Norway, 1030, intensifying 1044 by midnight tonight. Low, 450 miles west of Shannon, 994, expected 100 miles southwest of Iceland, 990.
야, 그거 뭐니까 이거 씨.
The area forecasts for the next 20 minutes.
외국인지.
Viking, variable 3 becoming southeast
시커먼
45.
차이가 없어.
Fair, good. North at 0, north and south at 0. Variable 3 or 4 becoming southeasterly 4.
자, 현재 차량은 저기 벤츠.
Good.
자, 제일 기본형으로 살 수 있는 바로 다음 단계.
5, occasionally 6
바로
later.
다음 단계 한 11만 유로였나? 네, 그게 또 나왔어.
40s.
그걸
Variable 3
해서
or 4 becoming southeast 5.
지금
Fair, good. Cromarty, southeast 5 or 6.
예, 출애라에 왜 이거 바퀴인데 이게 더 짐실로 출애라 맞나?
Southeast 4 or 5.
보호만 업그레이드 좀 하고 좀
Times
싣고
west
지금
of variable 4 becoming southeast
연락이 가고 있어.
5. Fair, good. East
게임 제
of
시각은
Fisher, German right.
몇 시야?
Northeasterly
새벽
veering
1시
east
15분
later 5 or 6. Showers,
한
good.
2시간 반 정도 운전하면
Humber, Thames. North 5 or 6 veering east 4 or 5. Showers at first, good. Dover, north 3 or 4 veering east 4 or 5 later. Fair, good. White, east 3 increasing 4 or 5. Fair, good. Portland, Plymouth, North Biscay, easterly or southeasterly 4 or 5 increasing 6 at times. Fair, good. South Biscay, easterly 5 or 6 becoming cyclonic 4 or 5 later. Fair, good. Fitzroy, Seoul, southerly or southeasterly 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 at first, veering northwesterly 5 or 6 at west. Rain at times, good.
오이씨
Dundee, southeast 5 or 6, fair, good. Fastnet, southeast 5 to 7, rain at times in west, good, occasionally more in west. Irish Sea, southeast 5 to 7, fair, good. Shannon, Rockall, southerly 5 to 7, increasing gale 8 at times, veering northwesterly 4 or 5 later in west, rain at times, moderate or good, occasionally. Malin, Hebrides, Bailey, south or southeast
트럭이 지금 현재
6
키로수가
8, rain
110km가
at
넘죠
times,
이게
moderate or good,
그러니까
occasionally.
잘못 잡았습니다
Fair Isle, southeast Reporters of Great Britain and Northern Ireland pilot for the following 24 hours, issued by the Met Office and 500. General situation. High pressure building strongly across Scandinavia will maintain a largely settled southerly or southeasterly airflow across the United Kingdom, although gales and rain will affect western Scotland at times. Cape Wrath to Rattray Head, including Orkney. Southerly or southeasterly 5 or 6, occasionally 7 in north. Fair. Good.
우리 다 왔죠.
Rattray Head to Berwick-upon-Tweed. Southeasterly 4 or 5, occasionally 6 in north. Fair. Good. Berwick-upon-Tweed to Whitby. Variable 3 or less, becoming southeast 3 or 4, occasionally 5 later. Fair. Good. Whitby to Gibraltar Point. Variable 3 or less, becoming east 4 or 5 later. Fair. Good. Gibraltar Point to Northforeland. Northwesterly 4 or 5, veering northeasterly 3 or 4, then easterly 4 or 5 later.
없죠, 그다음에.
Fair. Good. Northforeland to Selseyville. Northeasterly 3 or 4, veering easterly 4 or 5 later. Fair. Good. Selseyville to Lyme Regis. Variable 3 or 4, becoming easterly or southeasterly 4 or 5, occasionally 6 later in west. Fair. Good. Lyme Regis to Land's End, including the Isles of Scilly. Southeasterly 5 or 6, but mainly 4 at first in east. Fair. Good. Land's End to St David's Head, including the Bristol Channel. Southeasterly 5 or 6, occasionally 4 at first in east. Fair. Good. St David's Head to Great Orme Head, including St George's Channel. Southeast 4 or 5, increasing 6 at times. Fair. Good. Great Orme Head to the Mull of Galloway. Southeast 5 or 6. Fair. Good. Isle of Man. Southeast 5 or 6. Fair. Good. Loch Four to Carlingford Loch. Southeast 5 to 7. Fair. Good. Mull of Galloway to Mull of Kintyre, including the Firth of Clyde and North Channel. Southeasterly 5 or 6, occasionally 7 in North Channel. Fair. Good. Mull of Kintyre to Ardnamurchan Point. Southeast 6 or 7, increasing gale 8 at times. Rain at times in northwest. Good, occasionally moderate in northwest. Ardnamurchan Point to Cape Wrath. Southeasterly 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 in south and west. Rain at times in west. Good, occasionally moderate in west. Shetland Isles. Southeasterly 4 or 5, veering southerly or southeasterly 5 or 6, occasionally 7 later in west. Fair. Good. And that completes the shipping bulletin. I'll be back with a general weather forecast in a few minutes.
This is BBC Radio 4. It's 5:30 on Monday, the 3rd of October. Good morning. This is News Briefing with Susan Ray. The Chancellor will tell the Conservative Conference of the need for a pragmatic plan for managing the public finances to reflect the new circumstances facing the UK. Colombia's president has vowed to continue talks with left-wing guerrillas despite the rejection of a peace deal in a nationwide referendum. And in sport, America's golfers have regained the Ryder Cup for the first time in 8 years. The Chancellor, Philip Hammond, will tell the Conservative Party conference later today that a new economic plan is needed for the new circumstances Britain faces after the Brexit vote. He stressed that getting the deficit down remains a priority, but will promise to restore financial discipline in a pragmatic way. Ministers have announced plans to borrow £2 billion to help build 25,000 homes over the next 4 years. The people of Colombia have voted to reject a landmark peace deal between the government and FARC rebels by the